Little warning, this episode contains coarse language and adult themes. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to another of our Truth, Lies and Work Summer sessions. For the next few weeks, we're taking a little break from the workplace news and the heavier topics to bring you something a little bit more fun. You know the thing, you want something you can pop on when you're driving to the beach, when you're sat by the pool, when you've got a cocktail.
Because let's be honest, nobody wants to spend August listening to a typical work podcast. Today, though, we are opening the HR filing cabinet and we're not entirely sure we're ready for what we've found. We've spent, Leanne has spent far too much time trawling Reddit and HR forums looking for the funniest, most shocking and most relatable workplace confessions we could find, or she could find. Some are hilarious, some are unbelievable, and every single one is claimed to be true.
Yes, it is. And after the break, we are joined by HR consultant and viral content legend, Djamil. We'll chat about the parody videos she's been doing that just perfectly capture the chaos of working in HR. But before we do that, let's have a quick word from our sponsors just to make them happy, you know.
Yeah, well, contractually as well. Thank you.
Hello, and welcome back. This is Truth, Lies and Work, the award-winning podcast where behavioural science meets workplace culture, brought to you, of course, by the HubSpot Podcast Network, the audio destination for business professionals. My name is Leanne. I'm a chartered occupational psychologist.
My name is Al. I'm a business owner.
And normally we'd be here to help you simplify the science of work and build amazing workplace cultures, but not this week.
Nope. Today we're joined by HR consultant, speaker, and creator of those brilliantly funny HR parody videos, Djamil.
Yay!
Emma!
Welcome, Emma.
I'm so excited. I can't wait.
Just in
Me
case,
too.
on the off chance that someone hasn't heard of you or seen that video, can you just give us a little background of who you are?
Yes. So apparently I create songs these days.
Emma.
Oh, yes, there you go.
Emma.
It is an earworm. I've always been a bit of an earworm giver, but yeah, my actual work, I suppose, is I work with women in HR who are feeling overworked and undervalued and help them kind of get back on track with their careers and start finding meaning and purpose in their work again. But the way that I attract those people to me is by creating pop songs. I say pop songs. I think that makes it sound grander than it is. But my marketing is quite unique in that I use music and humour and comedy to say some of the things out loud that probably I always wanted to in my career, and a lot of people in HR still want to.
I've loved your content for so long, and yeah, long-term eagle-eyed listeners will remember you have been on the podcast before. You did a hot take for us probably more than a year ago now. But when I saw this, I fell off my chair because I was just like, one, this is a bop. I just want this on my Spotify playlist. Two, it's brilliant. I feel seen and heard. And three, it's just, again, that people using LinkedIn to actually connect with people instead of the humble brag bollocks.
Yes.
That we see on there. I am going to get Al to insert a little clip. We have shared it on the show before as well. Like your listeners will know, we shared it a couple of weeks ago on our news roundup. At point of recording, Emma, this video has 2,714 reactions, 635 comments, and 150 reposts.
Yeah, it's gone off. It really has
gone off.
Yeah. I don't know what to say. It has. It's amazing. The reach has been quite phenomenal. And honestly, I've been posting on LinkedIn for like 5 years now, and I've been suffering the same kind of low reach that a lot of people have been getting on LinkedIn over the last year. It's been really tough going on the platform to get any kind of traction. So I've messaged a few of my friends afterwards, and I was like, apparently all you got to do is write songs to get any kind of traction on there. So yeah, it's pretty insane, but great.
It is incredible. I have to ask you, what did you have a moment where you were like, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to write a house track. And I'm going to put HR messages to it. That's what I'm going to do today.
I mean, kind of. Yeah, that's pretty much how it works in my brain. My process, I've always done these funny Friday videos. And in the past, they've been kind of me lip syncing to an audio and then putting an HR spin on it. So my process for all of them is actually to spend far too much time on TikTok, looking at things that I find funny and that inspire me and that I think, I could work with that. So actually, I can't take credit for the idea because someone did this on TikTok. Someone did it from a marketing perspective. And actually, it's a whole trend on TikTok to like be doing messages to music and all kinds of stuff. So I'm not the originator. And I keep telling people that on LinkedIn because, like, don't give me that much credit. But what I do is see it, and I think that makes me laugh. And so there was a point where, I saw it and I thought, this is really funny. I could do this from an HR perspective. So I messaged my husband and said to him, like, how do I do this? And he's quite like into all that kind of stuff. He's into media and websites and all kinds of things. And he told me an app. So it's an AI app. It's not even me writing the music. I can't even take credit for that. It's my lyrics. I perform it, but it's AI and it's not me singing. A lot of people are giving me credit for being a great singer as well. And I'm like, that's not even me either.
Yeah. I can't believe that's AI. That's incredible.
Yeah.
I love about that is that Al and I have always said that, like, if you create content, we also think you need to be obsessed with consuming content.
Yeah, I do find myself probably consuming far too much content, actually. And I have to like really check in with myself to be like, am I consuming this for like research purposes, or am I living my whole life through the platform? And pretty much it's the latter. Yeah.
But it also gives you an idea of what is popular. Like you said, this was a trend on TikTok. This was something which, and I think you may have come up with it in like, if you'd spent a day thinking about it, but you could have given us like 2 weeks to think about new ideas. Never would have come up with something like this. So I think it's so important to see what is kicking off and what's popping off on different platforms that give you that sort of like that grain of an idea, isn't it?
Yes. Do you know what's interesting though is my content doesn't fly on TikTok. I don't get good. People think that I'm like a TikTok star because of what they see on LinkedIn, and they know that I create the stuff on there. But TikTok doesn't like my stuff as much. I think the difference with LinkedIn is exactly what you were saying, Leanne, that people go to LinkedIn and it's a professional platform and you're meant to behave a certain way. So then when someone is on there using comedy, humour, being really like human, doing something it's interrupting people and it's going, wow, this is different content. I think that's why it flies on LinkedIn, because it's not expected. Whereas TikTok, that kind of content is really 10 to a dozen. Probably if I was to do really serious, boring stuff on there, maybe that'd fly, but that wouldn't work for me. It wouldn't work for me.
Have you seen anyone do any copy you at all? I mean, not naming names, but seen anyone use your idea and do their own video?
I've had a few people reach out to say that they would like to use the idea, and would I mind if they did it? And I'm like, well, it's not technically my idea. So, and I really like that about creativity. I think if creativity is sparking creativity elsewhere, then I don't actually think we can have too much creativity. Like, I think that's a brilliant thing if lots of people go and then take that and use that in their corner of the world to bring joy to people. Like, that's brilliant. I've not known if people copy me per se. What I have seen more of on LinkedIn is people doing the voiceover stuff. That may have just happened anyway, but it's kind of like, oh, there's more in that kind of HR space now doing the voiceovers and the kind of funny audio stuff. Again, great. Like ultimately, I'm speaking to humans. So if there's a way to connect with people and to make them feel something, then like let's do that, because there's just too much fakery. There's too much of that kind of, oh, we're meant to be something else because we're on a professional platform. But at the end of the day, we're all humans. So let it be. Let there be loads of it.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's that Leanne's on LinkedIn a lot more than I am, because I sort of see the two camps generally of content is self-congratulatory hidden under "I am so honoured to announce." It's like, fuck off, will you?
Yeah.
And then vacuous bullshit that just doesn't mean anything. That is just the same thing that someone said. Sorry, was that?
Al really doesn't like LinkedIn.
Oh no, I didn't get that. That didn't come across at all.
But I do have to ask you, what's come of this? Like, is there anything you can tell us about that has come of this particular video?
Yes, well, yes. And I've done a couple since, because I'm a bit of a dopamine seeker. So I will just like go where the energy is. And also I love doing this stuff. So what's come of it since is I've been booked to do a comedy set in September at an industry event, 2 comedy sets, in fact, on both days. I've just been approached by an industry publication to be a contributor. I've had people reach out like yourselves to like come and be on podcasts. People have approached me for coaching as well. And interestingly, my husband just prompted me, because he's a marketer. And he said, because the last one I did, I linked to a webinar that I'm running in August. And he said, have you had any uptake on your webinar since doing that? The most recent post, which is a ballad. Of course it is. And it was 7 people yesterday had registered and 50 today. 50 since been the post out. Yeah.
I'm also fuming. I haven't seen the ballad. Have I missed it? I saw the trance one, which is also excellent. I'm going to have to, honestly, LinkedIn algorithm is awful.
There are actual drone shots. We used the drone to record it. Like, we went all in. And I say we because it was a family affair. Like, again, my husband's such like a facilitator or enabler. I'm not even sure. But he was the one who came up with the drone idea. He was like, we could record, we get in the field, like in a drone. I was like, yes, you're all in on this. Let's go. We did on Sunday last week. Went out and took the dog for a walk, and then there's just me like dancing in a field, just because that's what we do.
Amazing.
God, I love that. That just, do you know what? It just gets the energy you need, isn't it? It reminds me of you, Al. Like, it's just like once you're in, it's like, I'm all in.
You got to go all in.
Like, let's get a smoke machine. Let's get some lights.
Yes, exactly. Do you know what though? This is one of my biggest learnings since I've been putting out content on LinkedIn. When you first start out, when I first started out, you think you have to be something in your messaging. And you think, oh, you know, you see people who you think are doing well and you think, oh, I should put a message out like that. I know without a doubt that the people who come to work with me or who invite me to work with them on whatever, that they're people that I'm going to get on with, that I'm going to like really enjoy working with. And they come on a call with me and they're like, you are just like you are online. And I'm like, yeah, I am. Because, and that is such a... God, that's a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing, to go out into the world as yourself and be accepted. Like, I don't give all of myself on LinkedIn. I don't think that anyone should. But yeah, for the bits of me that I allow people to see, to be accepted for that is so powerful. And I wish people had that and experienced that, because it's just so... I know I shouldn't be seeking external validation, but there is something quite validating about it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, exactly. And when you create content, you know, whatever the purpose is,
we're all doing it for attention.
Exactly. The metric is to get attention.
Yeah.
So I think that leads us nicely into what today's summer session is about. And the best thing is we had this idea to do this as one of our episodes before we reconnected Emma over your video. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, Emma's going to be perfect for this. HR confessions. Emma hasn't seen any of these in advance. Important to say.
No. And so I think what we're going to do, we're going to read them out one by one, are we?
Yeah.
Yep. And we're going to, we say share our reactions. It'll mainly be Leanne and Emma. Mainly Emma. And also, Emma, do feel free to tell your own stories, tell a variation of it. And we are now, Leanne. What's the judging? How's it processed? We've got 3 phrases, haven't we? We've got
That's the lightning round, or speed round at the end. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, where I've literally got very, very short stories, and we're going to get Emma to react to them quickly. I'll explain that when we get to it. A little teaser for you. You're going to have to keep listening. But no, I think if we just read them and we'll just react. Some of them are funny. Some of them are like, oh my God. And others are just filthy. So I think it's enough material to just talk about, you know.
Amazing.
So, Lee, do we want to, which one where do you want to start?
Shall I start with, I think this is probably possibly the darkest one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Now,
what am I in for?
Well, I've read this, and I'll be honest. When I was reading it, I didn't fully see what was going on till the end. So you're going to have to just make sure you keep this. You'll annotate this, Lee.
Okay.
So this was titled "The Police Needed to Speak to the Person in Charge." My boss, the owner, preps me for weeks when he's leaving for a very remote vacation and will not be accessible. He gives me also his season tickets to a football game in town and says, leave early, go to the game with my husband. I never leave early. So I say to myself, you never leave early. Next week is going to be hell. Go. I noticed the police outside and I asked the receptionist what's going on, and she says, I don't know. The officer came in and asked to speak to one of our employees, and they went out to the car. My boss tells me to go, that due to the nature of the employee that's involved, it can't be anything serious. This guy is always on time, works very hard, well-dressed, educated, well-spoken, has a good life. I shrug it off, we go to the game. I'm scrolling through my phone and see my business on the news that a dead body of a missing person has been found on the property. My phone starts blowing up because my Mr. Perfect guy...
Just to confirm, Mr. Perfect guy was the guy
Perfect employee guy.
Who the police were talking to before she left. Got it, yeah.
Has just been arrested for killing this person. The police need to speak to the person in charge, and now my boss is on a flight and cannot be reached. The next week was the worst week of my professional life. I had no guidance. Fast forward 3 years later, he was convicted of killing this person on his lunch hour and burying him in a shallow grave on the property.
Stop.
He's still in jail.
I mean, that got dark quick, didn't it?
Yes.
I have to be honest, when I read this first time, I don't think I fully grasped just how dark this was.
No.
Yeah.
And I'm
So the
thinking, where does he work that he has long enough on his lunch break to do all of that?
So there's pros and cons to working at this company.
You were just impressed with his efficiency, Emma.
Yeah. It's like, wow, do they get really good time off? Like,
Oh God! So what's our initial thoughts, Liam?
I mean, I want to hear from you, Emma. I mean, this is quite an extreme example, but
Do you think
in
it's true?
HR, you must have seen all sorts of things. Have you ever heard of anything like this, whether it necessarily be murder, but arrests or other questionable behaviours?
do you know, as you were talking, I was like, okay, so is this a sexual harassment one? Like, because it's almost like a tick list of like potential scenarios. So no, I've not ever dealt with a murder. Like, thankfully, goodness me, you have situations where people do stuff outside of work. See, in my head now, I'm going like, well, was this on company time, and is the employer vicariously liable? Was this company business? There's the HR in me, right? No, so I've not ever, thankfully, ever dealt with a murder, like, especially not on the premises. Was the other person an employee too, or just some random that?
We believe it was a random person or not
Okay.
associated with the company.
Wow.
I am thinking though, Emma, if you not got the opportunity to do a Sophie Ellis Bextor cover of Murder on the Shop Floor,
No.
is that too far? Is that too much?
I mean, it would be hilarious, but highly inappropriate.
Oh, yeah,
So
fair,
much.
Sorry.
I love
So-
that creativity. Look, see, it's there. It's coming out.
I do want to know, you said you had a tick list. I mean, were you joking there, or do you genuinely, you and your HR chums, do you genuinely have to deal with all this kind of weirdness in the police and stuff?
Oh, genuinely, yeah. Yeah, we do. And when I say tick list, it's like, so if the police are involved, you know it's going to be a really serious kind of allegation, right? Which is why I was thinking of people within my network who have dealt with serious sexual harassment cases, like, and of underage people, like, and have had to deal with that situation because it was like their CEO or something, like, really. So yeah, it's not uncommon for an HR professional to be dealing with the employment side of a situation like that. I think what's simplistic is how HR is perceived as an admin function and a transactional function. And we do the letters and we send out the offers. And in my opinion, this side of HR, this dealing with the very raw experiences of HR is so woefully unsupported. Like, there is no recognition that I've found within our professional kind of standards of how we should be dealing with this. We've got all these standards around how, as HR professionals, we should be dealing with other people's well-being and how we should understand how work affects them. But there is nothing that says, as a HR professional, you are going to be dealing with all of this stuff, and therefore you are expected to resource yourself, support yourself, get some kind of space for you. And then you go into organisations and they're like, oh, you're just admin, so just do the admin, without acknowledging that you're actually taking the emotional burden of stuff that people, they're not even going to see a lot of the time, because you're, part of your thing is you're meant to be you're confidential.
And I think this is where humour is so important as well, isn't it? I think there is an element when you work in industries like this, you do develop a slightly dark sense of humour.
Yeah.
I think it's a part of the survival, isn't it? But also you need that levity, that lightness to go with the heaviness. And I think that's why people love, why your video did so well, because it is that little shining light when people are calling you admin. How dare you, sir?
Yeah, exactly. How dare you, sir? That might be another lyric. No, it's so true. I think this is why it does well, is it's validation, and it's someone saying, oh, actually, I see you, I see what you're actually dealing with, and so many people don't. It's so misconstrued as a profession. And HR people have got some of the best sense of humours, exactly because of what you said, because we have to, because otherwise, what have you got?
Yeah, definitely. I think my favourite thing already from this episode, and I hope you beat it, Emma, is how long are their lunch breaks? Wow.
Love it. Well, talking of breaks, well, very, very quick break, and then we'll come back, and I've got a bit more of a light-hearted one. Still a little shocking, but a bit more light-hearted. Welcome back. Just in case you joined us halfway through, what are you doing, you absolute weirdo? You should start from the beginning. That's a very strange thing to do. But
don't put that on. They can do whatever. There's no rules here.
Well, yeah, but we have to. They're making me explain the whole format again. That's no good. Anyway, now welcome back. Okay, so we're putting to Emma these HR scenarios that we found online. By the way, is it HR or HR? What's the proper way of saying it?
Well, my whole song that I've just put out is "Don't Call Me HR." So, just call me my name.
I wasn't actually just defining you by HR. So we've got Emma HR here.
HR. Yeah.
Oh, man, I got myself in a right pickle here. Okay, so let me read you this scenario, and you tell me whether you've heard of something like this, what your thoughts are on it. So this person wrote, we had some woman trying to avoid doing work by sitting out in a car in the parking lot. Well, that's a problem in itself. While she was hiding out there, she needed to use the restroom. So instead of going back inside, she decides to pee out the car window. Stop. Even though I'm also a woman, I was impressed and disgusted by the physics behind this feat. She'd stuck her bare ass outside the window and just went for it. So, unbeknownst to her, her male co-worker had arrived at work late due to an appointment. He drove past to find a parking spot, which was free, with her ass in the car parking spot. I'm guessing dribbling. So he then reported the incident to us, HR. One of our HR people had to investigate it, and sure enough, parking lot cameras could corroborate his story. But she said, that was it. Sorry, I've lost the story. Here we are. One HR person confronted the woman. This is the peeing woman.
The bare ass.
The bare ass. Bare ass Brenda, we'll call her from now on. Well, how did he know it was me? It could have been anyone. And we thought, okay, fair enough. So we went back to the male peer and asked how he knew it was her. His response, it's definitely her. The tattoos are pretty recognisable. I thought that was a bit of a story, that. So essentially, and also, how do you know the are we talking, how far down the tattoos are we talking? There's a lot here that's not. Anyway, so this was finished up by HR going, we definitely don't get paid enough for this. Has that ever happened to you? I mean, Emma, I'm not saying have you ever peed out of a car window, because you may well have done, but that's not part of it. Has anything like this crazy happened to you?
Not out of a window. Like, who why would she do that? Why would she do that and not just open the door? Like, in what? People fascinate me. Like, what is the thinking that I'm hiding in my car to escape from work? I need the toilet. I know the best thing to do, rather than open the door and give me a bit of cover, is just to stick my ass. does that?
The other thing is, like, what?
I really enjoyed how the HR person also recognised, what did they say? I was impressed and disgusted by the physics behind this feat.
Do you know what my mind is immediately going to? Is like this, obviously they're investigating it, right? Just the investigation notes of like having to type up the different words that people will use to like the guy driving past, that he would explain will he use the word arse, will he just use bum, like what I just those investigation notes are going to be absolutely amazing.
I love all this.
Is it one of those where you have to find really like professional ways of saying like the woman presented her backside to the car window?
I can't get over why you'd stick it out the window.
That's such a good point. Anyway, Lee, do we want to keep talking about this, or should we move on?
I mean, I think my question would be a serious question. How is this punishable? I understand the person was skiving off work. So are they punished for skiving off work? For public urination? For indecent exposure to a colleague? Like, what's the HR complaint?
That's a good point.
Do you know what's so sad is how my mind immediately goes to the answer? Like, I'm just like, well, technically, you'd probably be bringing the company into disrepute. Yeah, it would probably be. Well, yeah, obviously all the stuff around like missing work, but getting your arse out on company property when you don't know who's driving through, that would definitely be bringing the company into disrepute.
We were talking to Rebecca Taylor a couple of weeks ago, and Rebecca was on the episode, Emma, that we shared your first video on, the house song.
Yeah.
And she was telling us how because she's in HR, there was a time where she basically had a phantom shitter.
Yes.
Who would just poo in the bathroom, but on like the bare tiles, and she'd have to like get it cleaned up and then try and deal with it, and she was like, that wasn't even like the worst thing I dealt with probably that day.
Everyone's got a shit story.
Really?
Every HR professional, yeah. We've all got one.
Is it like a rite of passage? Like until you have a shit story, you're not a proper HR professional?
I think, yes, absolutely. It's like you're not a HR professional unless you've got Choopy experience. Like we chase Choopy experience like it's the golden, like, so when you've got it, you're like, yeah, I've got Choopy. It's the same thing. You have to have some kind of shit story, otherwise you're not really HR. Are you even HR unless you've got a shit story?
That's the title of your next song.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes. There has to be. Thank you.
I see it as maybe a country song.
Oh, yes.
Don't
I
spread
like
your
that.
shit around here.
Exactly. Some kind of like banjo.
Yeah. Don't be bringing your shit into the toilet. That's another soundbite, and you know it.
This is brilliant. The clips make themselves. They really do. Oh, man.
I prefer don't bring that shit round here. I snorted. Oh, God.
Amazing. I look forward to seeing that very soon on LinkedIn.
You know it's going to happen. I'm already forming it. Not shit.
No, I was going to say.
Oh, dear.
Goodness.
Oh, God.
Lee, there's a couple more at the top that I thought were.
Really, which one do you want me to do?
Well, see, I'm still trying to keep it kind of light. And
the top one's a bit,
yeah,
sad making.
bit sad making. The second one is, it's just a bit odd.
Oh, I quite enjoyed the 7 hours one. I thought this was quite funny. So it went on for 7 hours. Mind out the gutter, please.
Okay.
We received an outside email with a photo attachment. The photograph was of a nurse we employed with what looked like a glass pipe of some sort in her lap. The email alleged that she was a drug addict. It prompted us to go seek out the nurse. When we arrived at her desk, she was on the phone with a patient, but visibly nodding off. We requested she come to the HR office with us to talk. Then we confronted her about the allegation. She denied everything and agreed to a drug test. Instead of sending her out to an outside lab, we had one of the technicians in our office building administer the test. That's when things went south. She began telling us she needed to go out to her car. We believe this was because she planned to use synthetic urine or someone else's.
Maybe Bare Ass Barbara. She would go out and fill up a jar from a
Barbara!
car window. Maybe that's what Bare Ass Barbara was doing. She was selling fresh urine.
A drive-by.
He had laughed so much that her headphones fell off there.
Oh, maybe that's what Barbara is doing. That's the only thing would actually make sense.
Anyway, this is where you are.
Thank you. We flatly told her that leaving the bathroom would be noted as a refusal to take the test, which would mean an automatic termination. This woman proceeded to throw a tantrum on the floor of the bathroom for the next 7 hours. We had to shut down that entire bathroom. Other employees started a rumour we were holding a pregnant woman hostage. And at lunchtime, she demanded a meal. So I went to the cafeteria, purchased her sandwich and drink, and she ate it on the bathroom floor. After hours of tears and yelling, 5 p.m. rolled round. She calmly stood up and said, "It's the end of my shift, so I'll be leaving now." We repeated to her that leaving would still be considered a refusal and grounds for immediate termination. Eventually, she reluctantly agreed to take the test. The results we got back were positive and she was terminated. I thought that was the end of it until several weeks later, she called to complain her insurance card was no longer valid and she couldn't pick up a prescription. This turned into an hour-long discussion about how losing employment also means losing benefits.
That's a bit of a crazy story. It sounds a bit like she's gone, because when she got up at the end of her shift, 5 p.m., she's gone, right, I'm going. So it sounded like she just need to put off the time.
She just wasted a chill 7 hours.
7 hours, exactly. And also to go from nodding off, because you've had a little bit of, can we say crack? I don't think we can we? You've had a bit of a glass pipe session, nodding off to then just like having a tantrum and staying up for like a further 7 hours. That's kind of impressive. if I have a whiskey at night, then I'm asleep within 20 minutes.
Well, she's a nurse. I guess she's used to long shifts, maybe.
True.
I think when people interact with HR, they think that you're a little bit like of a job's worth. That's the word I'm looking for. Job's worth, because you go through like, well, you have to consider this, and then maybe we should consider this, and that was going through my head that whole time you were talking about that situation of like, well, what would I do if an employee was tantruming? What do I do when my daughter is tantruming? Sometimes I cope with it well, sometimes I don't. If it was an employee, I probably wouldn't. I reckon I'd have called the police or something to say like, what are you doing? Get off the property. Like, grow up. I just the amount of times I've wanted to say, do you know that if you watch the In-Betweeners film where they're having the fight and they're like, grow up, and then it goes, grow up. I've wanted to say that so many times in my employment to people of just like, come on. People, you get a very like a poker face in HR, because what you really want to be doing is telling people to grow up, and I think I probably would have had to with her.
Having the cheek to say to one of the HR people, this is shit. Can you go and get me a sandwich?
Give me a
please? That'd be
sandwich.
great, thanks.
Exactly.
You can't do it.
Yeah.
Like,
Which is,
my
again,
God, that's just weird.
every HR professional studied many years to be the ones who get lunch. The amount of times we're asked to, can you get some sandwiches in for that board meeting or something? You're like, are you shitting me? Are you actually joking? Like, get your own bloody sandwiches. Again,
How dare you, sir?
How dare you, sir? Exactly. Yeah, these stories are insane.
They are a little bit unhinged, aren't they? I don't remember having like either an employee or a colleague having a full-on like that level tantrum. But I think we've all seen colleagues have like kind of low-key tantrums, like arms folded and won't talk, and won't talk again in the meeting because of something that's been said? Or
I've got one, and I daren't tell you because this is when I started my first company. I had about 25 employees, no HR, had no idea how to manage, didn't even know what HR was. Anyway, so you're gonna so judge me in this. One of the drivers, I had to let them go, and I was like, because basically he went off to deliver. It was late night. We delivered beer to students, 3:00 in the morning. He went off and he had 3 deliveries to make. He made them, but only after an hour and a half because he went to his mate's place to smoke, to have a little smoke halfway between on the delivery. So he came back and I was like, dude, this isn't acceptable. I'm really sorry. And he started kicking off with me, which I thought was weird. It's someone who just smoked a load of dope because they're supposed to be a bit more calm. But he was kicking off with me, and he picked up. I think he picked up the papers, and he threw them at me. He picked his phone up that I'd given him, picked his phone up, a Nokia, and he went to throw it on the floor. He thought better of it, and placed it in front of me, and then got in his car. And when we were in this yard with maybe about half a kilometre between us and the gate at the end, screaming down this yard, like in his car, you could hear wheel spinning, a hand out the window, giving me the Kenny G's, like all this kind of stuff. Anyway, an hour later, I went out to take another delivery. He'd forgotten the gate was locked. So for an hour, he had to sit at the bottom of that yard and wait for someone to let him out.
He just didn't have
He didn't have the key. He couldn't get out. And I know. It was kind of like I went, oh, all right, Dave. How you doing? He's like, oh, let me out. Anyway, sorry.
That's brilliant.
Were we talking about tantrums?
No, I think that's a brilliant example. Yeah. Have you got Emma kind of like those kind of things that have...
Not tantrums so much, but you see it quite a lot in leadership, to be honest. People take things that their team do really personally. So there's so much... I think we talked about this on the last podcast, around like ego and how, in leadership, a lot of the work that I've done in HR is trying to like wind people's neck in, basically on their behalf. So... something really simple, like a flexible working request, people can take that really personally, like it's a massive inconvenience that someone wants to have a life outside of work. How dare you inconvenience us with your needs? Like, how could we possibly cover the work? How will we all stay in touch with each other? So it's not like a full-on meltdown in a toilet I've never seen, but when you are an HR professional, you get to see what people really think. And you're the ones that kind of then go, okay, I hear you, but maybe let's not like sack this person because they just put in a flexible working request. Like it's, they're tantrums that happen all the time. Particularly founders, founder-led businesses. Oh my God, because it's their baby, like you understand, it's their company, but then that creates all kinds of emotional stuff that you're just like, what are you talking about? Like, you're their employer, it's not actually your family. Let's wind it in a little bit and be a bit more reasonable.
Yeah, we've worked with a fair few owner-led businesses in our time, and it what makes me, I love it because they also seem to be very curious and very like interested in people because they genuinely care. So I love that, but like you say, they kind of latch onto something. I remember working with an organisation, I'll be very, very vague, that I showed them one particular kind of like employee data insight that I thought would kind of be like we need to, keep an eye on this, but it's nothing kind of crazy. Literally like, no, we need to talk about this one thing for the next hour because that completely undermines my entire identity if my people think this. And it's like,
yes,
they're not saying they do, they're just saying they might on occasion sometimes think that. And it's like, yeah, and it turns into this whole thing to the point where even like 2 years later, when we were kind of running things again, that was the only thing they were interested in. They're like, I want to see this data point first. And it's like, wow. Okay.
Triggered something for them.
Yeah.
The amount of times I've been asked if I can like recalculate or calculate engagement scores a different way because they haven't liked the outcome. So could we just use a different calculation? No.
Wow.
That's not how it works, darling. So sorry.
We did have one customer. No, it wasn't a customer. It was a lead, wasn't it, for us? Now, again, I'll be very, very vague, but this person was referred to us, and they were, and they said we want to run an engagement survey.
No, it was worse than that. They came and they were like talking to me about all these things. And I was like, it sounds like you need to start with engagement.
Right.
And then we never heard from them again. She ghosted us. No, please.
And then about 3 weeks later, we saw a picture on LinkedIn of this person fakely biting their fingernails. A picture of them where they'd professionally had it taken on the way to work in like a Photoshop professionally, and the caption was, "I'm so nervous. I'm about to launch my engagement survey today. I hope they say nice things," and posted it publicly on LinkedIn where their employees were, and we were like, we dodged a bullet with that one, didn't we?
Yeah. Yeah, if that was our client, we'd be like, take it down.
Yes.
Take it down now.
Yes. Take it down. It just, again, it always baffles me how lacking in self-awareness leaders can be as well by doing stuff like that. We had a CEO one time who drove like really fast, like expensive cars, talking to basically our grounds people, so like, you know, lower paid people about his 6 fast cars and his like expensive watches, and you're like read the room, like what makes you think that what you doing like in this where you've just told them that there's no money for more people or pay rises or whatever, and you're boasting about your fast cars. Like, can you not do that?
Oh, dude.
It's horrible.
Oh, it's just little, wow. I mean, I'm not surprised. It's just
No.
Sadly, tends to be males, doesn't it?
You said it. Oh,
Yeah, no, because I know quite a few founders, and yeah, they say they make £1 million in revenue in the first 2 years, and they're like, all right, I'm going to buy a Ferrari. It's like, yeah, that's probably not the best thing you can do with that money, but anyway, I didn't go and buy a BMW I couldn't afford.
No, we certainly
No.
didn't go bankrupt for it either.
Oh no, they didn't get it taken. They were taken away from the bankruptcy.
No,
Yes.
No. True story, Emma. 103,000. Good times.
Yeah, I did. Oh yeah.
Wow.
I got 103 grand went pop for, and they took my BMW, and I was like, don't take the BMW. They're like, dude, you haven't paid it for like 6 months. I'm like, I know, but
You sounded like the gingerbread man then.
What?
Not the gumdrop button. Not the BMW. Poor Al.
yeah, well, that was back when I was a dick. I'm still a bit of a dick now, but I was more of a dick back then. And
You're
I
an
thought
aware
that was
dick. That's
I want to wear dick.
A self-aware dick.
that's
I'm
the.
so sorry. I genuinely didn't hear what you said. Then I thought you. Anyway, well, I won't say what I thought you said. Lee, we've probably got.
No, go on,
Lee, I'm
do.
going to move it on. We've probably got time for like 1 or 2 of these fast rounds.
Oh no, I think we've got time for more because they're all too good. So
Okay.
speed round, okay?
Okay.
Emma, I want you to rate it as seen it, as in I have personal experience of this, either directly or through one of the your professional people that you support. Believe it, in that it's totally probable.
Yeah.
And stop it. Like, can't be true. Absolutely not. Don't be ridiculous.
Okay, I don't think I'm going to say stop it. Not ever.
Okay. So the first one, I had to explain to an employee that despite not having any paid time off available, she needed to go home and change her pants after shitting herself. It was severe enough that her chair needed to be replaced.
Believe it.
Amazing.
That's what I'm saying. Everyone's got a shit story.
Amazing. So believe it. Second one, found out our top salesman had been working from home from a golf course 3 counties away for 6 months. Numbers were too good to question it.
Believe it.
Yeah. I think I'd want to be that person as well. Yeah.
I see. This is why
You
I
know what I
stay.
mean?
This is why I stay out of these conversations when Leanne brings them up, because I'm like, fucking good on you,
Yeah.
son. Yes,
Yeah.
I love it when people find little shortcuts and they're
Yes.
like they've got a mouse jiggler going on or something, and they're just in Bali. Not Bali, Bali's a
Same.
bad place, but yeah, I can't.
I'm not in HR. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Caught an employee asleep under the desk at 2 p.m. His excuse, he'd been up all night preparing for the meeting. The meeting was in 10 minutes and he had nothing prepared.
Seen it.
No! Actually asleep under the desk?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Well, you say that like it's a thing. I don't know
Yeah.
anyone who's fallen asleep under the desk or even at work.
You got to get yourself a job in HR, love.
Amazing. Amazing. Wow. Okay. Next one. I spent 2 months sending increasingly desperate company-wide emails about underwear left in the toilets. Never caught the culprit.
Underwear left in the toilets. Believe it.
Yeah. I mean, if someone's going to shit, they're going to leave their pants in there as well, aren't they?
I know, but are you saying like, I have so many questions about this. So if someone's leaving underwear in the toilets, are they leaving underwear that is beyond repair, like we had in the first one example? Are they leaving underwear just because they like leaving underwear? How much underwear
I
have they
think
got?
so. I think it's fetish because I think this person would, if it was like dirty underwear, they'd specify that.
Right.
I have a feeling it's some kind of weird fetish, or maybe just a game, just like lol. You know, Standards had to send out another email about the bra in the. I don't know.
I like this. I reckon the person who's doing it's got a proper vendetta against the person sending the emails, and at some point they were like, "I'm going to get there. I'm going to get that person, and this is the way I'm going to do it." Like, I love that as a mechanism for a vendetta. It's excellent. 10 out of 10.
I love it. Like, yeah, take that.
Yeah.
And there's another pair of pants.
I'll give you my pants.
Well, I mean, underwear's expensive these days as well.
I know.
That's what I'm thinking. But then I was thinking also, if you were going to do like something a bit worse, it's probably the cheaper of all of the shocking things you want to leave in toilets.
Yeah,
I was
and
thinking-
and it leaves you with some self-respect, I think.
Yeah.
You know? Well, it's not freaking Brenda out the car window, is
Bare ass
it?
Brenda, no. Anyway.
Okay, next one. I think we've all seen this. An employee fires off a furious email ranting about their useless teammates to their boss, except they hit reply all.
Yeah, of course, seen it.
We've all done that.
Seen it.
This is actually sort of on brand. My sister worked for, I'll just say a British council, an English county council, and she got a job in comms, which she does. That's her profession. She's very good at it. It was day 2, and there was this event coming up called A Touch of Cloth. And it was all about like, it was the Touch of Cloth was like a vicar or something, and it's like a play going on or whatever. Anyway, she got a bit confused and sent an email out to every single person with the headline "Touching Cloth," which, just in case anyone from the UK doesn't know what that means you're about to shit yourself.
Yes,
So,
which the previous
Touching Cloth,
person should have told someone about.
touching cloth is when you actually say, "I'm going to go," right? I'm off. Yeah.
I saw it where somebody applied for a job, but they did it. It was back in the day, and it was over email, which is a bit archaic looking back. But reply to all with their application. So yeah, everyone could read their like.
Oh.
Wasn't good.
Uh-oh.
Really awkward. But then it just things. It was like the email's recalled, but it's not if you've already opened it.
Yeah.
What's this recall bullshit? I don't get it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I once
Got one
emailed
more.
someone and called him Anus instead of Angus. Which, if you're going to be called Angus, you've got to expect that in your life.
100%.
Was that your official verdict as a HR professional
Yes,
when it got reported?
That was the
Look,
outcome of the investigation. Just expect it. Bye, Anus. Go away.
Blame your mum.
Yeah.
When I had when I had a web design agency back about 20 years ago, I sent an email with a proof which needed approval, and I sent it to them, and I forgot the R in proof, and so and it was only a few weeks later I was looking through the email, I realised my mistake, and they just didn't say a word, but they were a charity that were, that quite rightly would have been quite annoyed about my use of that word. But thankfully, they saw it as like, that's obviously a typo, obviously. Anyway.
Oh, dear.
Have we got one more?
One more, just because I want to know if Emma's ever seen this. I found a guy masturbating to Paul in his cubicle.
To porn or pool?
Porn.
Yeah.
Who said pool then?
I believe it. I haven't seen someone in the act, but there's been like records on IT of like watching porn and stuff like that, on their computer. I don't think I've ever actually caught anyone or know of anyone.
Yeah, this. I think there's an entire Reddit. I think it's. I'm not sure whether I should say this.
Next week.
I think it's called Reddit. They have the R in front of it, R, and it's called Danger Wank. And it's all the dangerous places you try it. Go, sorry, Emma, you're nodding as if you've posted on that, have you, Emma?
I mean, all the time. No, I can just believe it. There's all kinds of kinks, aren't there? Like, they just are. And there's the guy in Parliament looking at porn. You know, like, come on.
I never heard of anything like that. Although I was at a hen do once, and it was, it's like a friend of a friend. So you don't really know them that much, but I kind of met her once before. And I was chatting to her, and I was like, how's work? She's like, oh, it's really stressful. And I've had to masturbate in the bathroom 3 times this week. And I was like, whoa.
What?
Yeah, genuinely true story. But she was so confident with it. You start to think, am I the prude?
I love it. See, my mind's gone to, this is like the new well-being technique. Screw your fruit bowls. This is like...
Well, I mean, literally, you could screw your fruit bowl, but yeah.
Yeah, you imagine.
Yeah, just be careful if you roll that out as a campaign, like screw your fruit bowls.
Yeah.
Today's well-being tip.
Oh, my God.
This is the masturbation corner. Like, in your induction. This is where we come to masturbate when it's too stressful.
Oh, can you imagine opening the door and there's like a queue of 2 people waiting to come in and you're like, morning.
Been waiting long.
Oh, good God. Right, we've covered everything
Well, if
today.
all that doesn't get us cancelled, I'm not sure
Yes.
what will.
I know, this has gone all kinds of places. I am not disappointed with this at all. This has been everything I expected and more.
Amazing.
Love it.
Amazing. I don't think I've stopped crying since we basically started recording. In a good way. I mean, it's brilliant, isn't it? And honestly, if that's the type of thing you like, just get yourself onto Reddit, because there are some that are just they were fairly tame. There were others on there that I was like, whoa. So yeah, go and have a look. And just remember that, it doesn't matter how strange you think your workplace is, somebody somewhere has got an even weirder story than yours.
Emma, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. It has been a genuine pleasure. We'd love to do this much more often with you. Yeah. You are funny and just brilliant. And when someone wants to know more about you, they can go on LinkedIn. Do you have a website for your upcoming seminars, anything like that?
Yeah, I think probably LinkedIn is the best place, actually. I'm all over the place with my websites at the moment. So find me on LinkedIn, have a laugh at my stuff, and then stick around and find out more.
Fabulous.
And we can't wait. I mean, I can't wait for the country
Yes.
shit video.
Yeah,
Don't spread
brilliant.
that shit.
I would like. I feel that me and Al should get like a writing credit on it.
Yeah, or be like Jimmy Carr on the Ed Sheeran song. He's a backing singer on the Ed Sheeran song. We could just be backing singers. Well,
I
not
can't
me,
tell you
obviously,
how
just-
many requests I've had to be my backing singers. Like, there is a queue.
Really?
Yeah. It's longer than the masturbation section.
Amazing.
Well,
right,
please
do this again.
Yes, let's do this again. Like masturbation, all good things come to an end. So
Seamless link.
we're going to be back on. We're going to be back on Thursday with something a little bit different. Let's hope so. We're right. So Thursday we're actually handing over the microphone and appearing as guests on Megan French Dunbar's brilliant podcast, Unbehaved. We chat about the unwritten rules of professional life, the ones we've broken.
Clearly.
Thank you, clearly. And that's one time I got caught masturbating in McDonald's. Then Leanne, no, that's not true. Leanne.
And the next Tuesday we are back for another summer session called Things We Were Wrong About. We're ever wrong. We're revisiting 3 years of our New Year prediction episodes. So every New Year we try and predict what's going to happen in the next 12 months in the world of work. In the interest of transparency, we don't get it right very often, so we're just going to share all the ones we got really wrong.
In fact, yeah, we probly just won't bother with the ones we got right.
I think there might be one in there.
Yeah,
and
maybe.
it was like AI will be big next year.
Yeah.
Groundbreaking.
I think you called it Al because you didn't know how to say it.
Yeah.
Emma, thank you so much. We're looking
Thank you,
forward to
Emma.
your
Thank
next,
you.
to everything you've got in LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And thank you again. You're amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.